Renegade Immortal Episode 154. What happens next? Shumu trapped by an ancient power. Just when Shumu thought that his journey through the ancient celestial realm was finally coming to an end, the situation suddenly took a terrifying turn. Shumu had already obtained what he wanted. He had survived countless dangers, entered the mysterious fragment of the ancient celestial realm, obtained the treasures hidden inside, and even managed to escape after spending years arranging powerful restrictions around the fragment. For Shumu, there was only one thing left to do now: leave. He had no intention of staying behind and taking unnecessary risks. After all, Shumu had always been extremely cautious. He knew that the moment a cultivator became greedy, even the smallest mistake could cost him his life. And this time, Shumu had already obtained an extraordinary treasure, the collection pavilion. So why would he remain in such a dangerous place? But unfortunately for Shumu, the ancient celestial realm had other plans, and this is where things become extremely interesting. Shumu finally wants to leave. After dealing with the situation inside the ancient celestial realm, Shumu and Li Yuan were preparing to move away. Li Yuan had already helped Shumu place an enormous number of restrictions around the fragment. These restrictions were not ordinary. They were powerful enough that even if the four great families wanted to break through them, they would have difficulty doing so without sending extremely powerful experts. Shumu's objective was simple. He didn't want anyone following him. He didn't want anyone discovering what he had obtained. And most importantly, he didn't want to stay around long enough for another powerhouse to appear. Shumu had already learned an important lesson from his journey. In the cultivation world, the moment you obtain something valuable, countless people will suddenly become interested in you. And the ancient celestial realm was obviously not a safe place. So Shumu made his decision. He would leave. But as Shumu was preparing to depart, something strange began to happen. The atmosphere around the ancient celestial realm became increasingly mysterious. And this is where the next major crisis begins. The ancient place isn't finished with Shumu yet. Think about what Shumu had just done. He had entered a mysterious fragment. He had obtained treasures that countless cultivators would risk their lives to obtain. He had survived battles involving extremely powerful cultivators. And now he was trying to simply walk away. But there was one problem. Shumu had underestimated how many secrets were still hidden inside this place. The ancient celestial realm wasn't just a treasure vault. It contained inheritances, ancient cultivators, mysterious formations, and powers that had existed long before Shumu arrived. And among those hidden powers, there was something that had not yet completely revealed itself. This is why the ending of episode 154 is so important. Because just when Shumu believes that he has escaped the biggest danger, another ancient presence begins to awaken. And this presence is not something that Shumu can casually ignore. The mysterious old man. Now comes a part that has everyone wondering what will happen next. A mysterious ancient figure finally begins to show signs of awakening. For a moment, everything seems almost peaceful. But anyone familiar with Renegade Immortal knows that this kind of silence usually means only one thing. Something terrible is about to happen. This old man isn't some random cultivator who happens to be nearby. His existence is connected to the deepest secrets of the ancient celestial realm. And if such an ancient figure has remained dormant until now, there must be a reason. The biggest question is, why wake up now? Why exactly when Shumu was preparing to leave? Was Shumu's arrival responsible for disturbing something? Did the treasures he obtained trigger the awakening? Or had this old man been waiting for the right opportunity all along? Whatever the answer is, Shumu is about to discover that leaving the ancient celestial realm will not be as simple as he imagined. And then comes a terrifying revelation. The continuation after episode 154 moves into a chapter literally titled, "No One Can Leave." And that title alone tells us how serious the situation becomes. Shumu may have thought that he could simply leave after completing his objective. But now the situation changes completely. The ancient celestial realm is no longer simply a place Shumu can enter and exit whenever he wants. Something is interfering with everyone's escape. And this creates an enormous problem. Because Shumu isn't the only person who wants to leave. There are other powerful cultivators who have entered this place. And once they realize that escape may no longer be possible, chaos is inevitable. Shumu's greatest advantage. But there is one thing that separates Shumu from almost everyone else. His mind. Shumu doesn't immediately rush into battle. He doesn't blindly challenge an unknown enemy. Instead, he carefully observes the situation. This is extremely important, because the old man may possess terrifying strength, but Shumu knows something very well. The strongest person isn't always a person who wins. Sometimes a person who understands the situation first has the advantage, and Shumu has survived this long precisely because he knows when to fight and when to run. However, this time running might not even be an option. The awakening could change everything. Imagine the situation. Shumu has already obtained a collection pavilion. He has already spent years arranging restrictions. He has already escaped the fragment. He believes his objective has been accomplished. And then, an ancient existence wakes up. Suddenly, the entire balance changes. The cultivators who were previously competing against one another may have to reconsider their plans. The treasures that everyone was fighting over may suddenly become secondary, because now they have a much bigger problem. How do they survive? This is exactly the kind of situation Shumu hates. An unpredictable enemy, an unknown environment, and no guaranteed escape route. But will Shumu actually fight? This is where Shumu's personality becomes extremely important. If the old man is genuinely powerful, Shumu is not going to fight him simply to prove his strength. Shumu has never been the type of cultivator who fights just because someone challenges him. His priority is survival. His second priority is obtaining what he needs, and revenge comes after that. So if there is a way to escape without fighting, Shumu will absolutely try to find it. But if the ancient figure blocks his path completely, then things will be different. Because Shumu has already reached a level where even powerful cultivators cannot casually underestimate him. He possesses the G realm. He has accumulated countless treasures. He has mastered powerful techniques. And most importantly, Shumu's Dao heart has become extremely firm. He isn't the same cultivator he was hundreds of chapters ago. The bigger mystery, who is this ancient figure? This is probably the biggest question going into the next episode. Who exactly is the person waking up? Is he an enemy? Is he connected to the ancient celestial realm? Does he know about the treasures Shumu has obtained? And does he know Shumu's real identity? Remember, Shumu is currently using the identity of Shumu. His identity itself has already begun attracting attention. By this point, there are people who know that this mysterious cultivator is not ordinary. So if an ancient powerhouse discovers exactly who Shumu is and what he has obtained, his situation could become even more dangerous. Shumu's treasure could become a curse. There's another interesting possibility. The collection pavilion that Shumu obtained is an extraordinary treasure, and powerful treasures are never completely free. The moment Shumu obtains something capable of attracting the attention of powerful cultivators, he also gains a new problem. Everyone will want it. Imagine possessing a treasure that could change the balance between major forces. Would the four great families simply allow Shumu to walk away? Of course not. And that is why Shumu immediately wants to disappear. He understands that the longer he remains exposed, the greater the chance that someone will discover his secret. This is exactly why his next move becomes so important. The ancient realm turns into a prison. The situation is now completely different. Before, the ancient celestial realm was a battlefield. Now, it could become a prison. Everyone entered looking for opportunity. But suddenly, nobody knows whether they can leave alive. The ancient cultivators are awakening. The restrictions are becoming increasingly important. Powerful treasures are changing hands. And Shumu is standing right in the middle of everything. This is the kind of situation where one wrong decision could cause an enormous disaster. What could happen next? So what should we expect in the next episode? First, Shumu will have to figure out exactly what has happened to the ancient celestial realm. He cannot simply fly away without understanding the restrictions around him. Second, the mysterious ancient powerhouse will become increasingly important. His awakening is clearly not happening randomly. Third, Shumu will probably have to rely more on intelligence than brute force, because fighting an unknown ancient existence head-on will be extremely dangerous. And finally, we could see the arrival of an even bigger force, because when powerful treasures appear, powerful cultivators eventually follow. And Shumu's name is already beginning to spread. But there is something even more dangerous. The most dangerous thing about the next arc may not even be the old man himself. It could be the fact that everyone now has the same goal. Everyone wants to escape. Everyone wants the treasures. Everyone wants to survive. And when desperate cultivators are trapped together, alliances can collapse instantly. Someone who was your ally one moment can become your enemy the next. And Shumu understands this better than anyone. That's why he will remain cautious. He won't trust anyone completely. He won't reveal everything he possesses. And he certainly won't show his full strength unless absolutely necessary. Shumu's next move. So now the question is, will Shumu fight the ancient old man? Or will he once again find a clever way to escape? Will the collection pavilion become the reason countless powerful cultivators begin hunting him? And what exactly is hidden behind the awakening of this ancient existence? One thing is certain. Shumu thought his journey was coming to an end. But instead, he has stepped into an even bigger crisis. The ancient celestial realm is refusing to let everyone leave. An ancient powerhouse is awakening. Powerful cultivators are gathering. And Shumu is carrying a treasure that could make him the target of the entire cultivation world. So the next episode could be one of the most intense parts of this entire arc. Because this time, Shumu isn't simply searching for treasure. He's searching for a way out. And when the ancient powerhouse finally makes his move, the entire situation could explode. So what do you think? Will Shumu be able to escape? Or will this mysterious old man become the next major obstacle standing in his path? Let me know your theories in the comments. And if you want the full explanation of what happens immediately after episode 154, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because Shumu's journey is about to become even more dangerous.